So I don't eat a lot of red meat, I don't drink a lot, I don't smoke, I exercise regularly, and I still got cancer. I just felt something, and it felt definitely like a lump, and I think for a while I tried to ignore it, thought it would go away, and then like, okay, it's there, I need to do something. So I went to a surgeon who specialized in a lot of breast stuff. She did a biopsy, and then about 5 days later, she called me and said, yes, it's cancer. I wasn't that surprised, just I have a bad history in my family. My mother had and survived ovarian cancer. When I was 40, I actually had a hysterectomy just prophylactically because of all this bad history. And then some years later, my mother found out she had the BRCA gene, and she kind of said, you should get tested. And my doctor said, well, we're not going to do anything different than we do, so we'll just watch things. But now, looking back, of course, I regret that I didn't get tested for the gene because I do have it. One scary thing now is I have 2 daughters, and there's a 50% chance that they could have the BRCA gene as well, which gives them a high chance of having breast and/or ovarian cancer. At the beginning, the hardest thing was telling my daughters. They were, at the time, 12 and 14, and I didn't even speak. My husband had to talk because I just couldn't. They caught it early and all that, but that was such a hard thing. The tumor wasn't big. The most complicated thing was it was right near the chest wall. So that's one reason they wanted to do the chemo before surgery, was to shrink it away from the chest wall so they could get clear margins when they did the surgery. And then that's also why they wanted to do radiation afterwards, just to make sure they got everything. Because I had the gene, and they said there's a good chance it'll come back, even though the tumor had shrunk by then, but I had a bilateral mastectomy. I guess I was officially done with cancer, or free from it, in June of '08 when the treatment finished, but the reconstruction surgery was the following year. I think having a good attitude helps, and thinking positive, and I do a lot of yoga. It's a good thing, physically and sort of spiritually and emotionally. Someone asked me once if I'm angry, like that I got cancer, like at God or whoever, and I never thought about it that way. Like, I had 2 young kids. What can I do? Sit in a corner and cry? I have to go on with taking care of my family and living life. You can't, I don't know, sit and cry about it. I mean, life goes on.